I see that you are paying somewhat of an interest in the contents in which I am holding right now. You do know this is a very specialized chocolate shop, renowned for its high-priced and highly acclaimed chocolate. Well, by the looks of you, you were obviously looking for a chocolate shop or something of that caliber in order to take in the amount of calories you probably do in order to obtain a physique so unique as yours. That sounds appealing to you. Chocolate. I thought so. Well, you do know that this chocolate shop, we specialize in good quality chocolate. Things you can't buy in the supermarkets. Things like Cadbury's, Nestle, all those brands. I see your eyes lighting up there. All those cheap chocolates will not be found in this chocolate shop. You strike me as more of a Cadbury's cream egg type of person. Something that you can purchase in large quantities and gobble it down as quick as possible. Well, this is not that kind of place here. We specialize in putting the customer first. So if you were a normal looking customer, I would invite you into my shop. I would greet you. I would offer you some chocolate to try and test and pick out a selection for you suiting your preferences. And once you have told me your chocolate needs, then you could leave with the chocolate in which you want to purchase. And you'll leave as a happy customer wanting to return. But that is a normal scenario and situation. But you aren't normal looking, are you? No, no, no. I noticed that you barely fit through that door there. So someone like you in my chocolate shop probably isn't a good mix, because if I turn around, say, look over there to get more chocolate, then the chocolate in front of me probably would have been stolen, or you'd be eating it by now. So I find myself in a bit of a predicament. So there are two things which can happen right now. I could treat you like the perfect customer. I could set aside your looks, your physique, and the fact that you really don't belong in this English chocolate shop, and I could help you select the perfect chocolate. Or I could go and fetch a Cadbury's cream egg, and I can open the door, throw it out, and wish you farewell. So which is it to be? Yeah. So you wish to come in here to purchase some dark chocolate. I was not expecting that from you. So you want to purchase some dark chocolate. And how much? Not too modest. Go on. And you want something which isn't branded or a well-known brand. Very just so happens that you have caught me in a good mood today, as I love chocolate so much, but not in the extent as you love chocolate by the looks of you. I like chocolate and love it in a healthy amount, a way to educate myself and others with it. You love it in a way to really upset your body. So that means I can help you with finding your perfect chocolate selection. So what we're going to do now is, now that you have given me some preferences, you're looking for some dark chocolates and unique flavors, I think I could really pick out the perfect ones for you to leave your taste buds feeling extremely satisfied. That chocolate I'm eating right now, for example, is a dark chocolate, and this contains cherry. And cherry is a favourite of yours. Well, that's good to hear. So, we're going to bring you in, and then we shall sit on the table together and go through a variety of chocolates. We shall test them together and pick the ones you like, and if you're happy with some, then you can purchase them later on. So, if you can just squeeze round here for me, then we can begin tasting the chocolate. No, that's not for you. That's just so you could see the chocolate. Don't think you can eat the same chocolate that I eat. This is for people who can maintain some restraint, everything in moderation. So, you have entered into the chocolate testing section, but also this is where I will make your selection of dark chocolates, which you said you were interested in. So, let us recap. These are not for purchase, and you won't find this kind of chocolate in here. So I have made, according to your look, your needs, and your desires, I've made a selection here of chocolates. So I think that you might enjoy them. So the first one we have here is something that you might be familiar with, and this is of course Lindt. Lindt is a well-known brand, so hopefully you would have heard of this. Usually we don't go for well-known brands, but Lindt is an exception. So I've chosen you Mint Intense. So you'll notice there is some green on the package here. This is to fool people like you into thinking there is some sort of goodness in this chocolate. You probably think that it's one of your 5 a day or something like that. But yes, this has mint kind of infused in the chocolate, but also you'd have little bits in it to give it that minty taste. So why don't we get this open and you can try a bit for yourself. Okay. Well, these are very easy to undo and also look after, so you don't have to eat it all at once. You'll notice there is a flap on there, so you can reseal it after use. nicely presented, foiled, and this really does look the part when it comes to presenting your chocolate bar. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, that there is a golden ticket hidden inside here, but this is not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is a chocolate shop for English gentlemen and associates. Okay, so why don't we just get a piece of that open so we can try a little bit. Of course, a technique is to score. So there's your bit. And of course, whilst you test yours, I shall try mine. This can be, oh, by all means, taste yours. This can be compared to a very festive chocolate, and that's known as After Eights, which you may be familiar with. These are the kind of chocolates that you would enjoy after a meal or something like that, after some coffee. Of course, this selection here is for trying purposes only. As I know, I am extremely gracious to help you choose a really nice chocolate bar, so you can actually be a little bit more educated in the world of chocolate. The next one that we have here is organic chocolate and love. So this is something which you probably are not familiar with, but this contains sea salt and caramel, and it really is an infusion of flavors. Once again, it is what you asked for, dark chocolate, so I think you will really enjoy this. Sometimes I'm somewhat myself a little bit cautious about salt in chocolate. The idea of sweet and savoury mixes don't appeal to me, but sometimes the salt can really give a nice kick to the senses. Once again, it is packaged quite nicely, but this is a different type of packaging that this company has gone for, but to make it easy for consumption. So just put your bit there. Okay, and I shall try mine. So I'm sure that you're very aware that the sea salt, the taste of the salt, is very present, and you could see that in the chocolate there itself, that it has sea salt and the caramel bits in the middle, so it is quite overbearing, but at the same time pleasantly overbearing. So only one piece to try, I'm afraid. Okay, so you did mention to me that you purely wanted dark chocolate, but I wanted to break the mold just to make sure you are familiar with Lindt's milk chocolate selection. Now, of course, you don't have to purchase this, but this is something worth trying whilst you're in my chocolate shop. It has that sort of texture to it that really is endearing to the senses. So it comes in a deliciously pleasing package there to protect the chocolate. And I think you, even though that you wanted dark chocolate, are really going to enjoy the sensations of this milk chocolate here. So I think that you are really going to enjoy this bit. So only one piece, of course. Blocks, so you don't have to overdo it at all. So and there's mine. So personally, milk chocolate is my favourite. And quite a lot of others around this area also. But for someone who probably eats in high consumption like yourself, it's probably best that you steer clear of the milk chocolate. But this, of course, is extremely yum. So another piece, or bar, shall I say, that I have for you here, is one that is quite unique. This is what the chocolate shop here is renowned for, is having interesting chocolates which should hopefully make you question other chocolates which you have tried yourself in the past. So this is a dark chocolate, of course, containing orange and geranium. And geranium, of course, is a plant which you may or may not have heard of, but I'm sure it has an interesting taste. This chocolate, compared to the others, is the thickest and will probably be the most pleasing in terms of eating, as you will feel like you get the most amount of chocolate for your buck. So let's take the whole bit out here. to it, and if you are familiar with the smell of geraniums, it is quite close to that smell. So it has arrangement of chocolate bars for you to break up here, but it also, if I didn't break the top off, has their brand there. But this really is a very unique chocolate and something which I think you will enjoy eating. If you are familiar with the art of chocolate, then you will know that all the shapes are incredibly pleasing to the mind. And each chocolate has its own unique sound. I myself, being a lover of chocolate, like to listen to it also, so it pleases all my senses, my taste buds, and also my hearing. Chocolate speaks to us, of course. Someone like you who eats well-known and mass-produced chocolate will not have taken the time to actually listen to your chocolate bars. So I should pop that there and try a piece. So that is the fourth selection in which I have made for you. So orange and geranium, expensive chocolate. So the final one is of the Lindt Excellence range as well, purely because this is something I know that you will be familiar with. The adverts do tend to litter the television if you watch that type of thing around the seasonal period. But this will contain flavors in there like the previous one, but you can see it inside the chocolate. Now this dark chocolate will be very similar to the mint, only that it is same sort of packaging. So we only need to try this. There we go. And I shall have my piece. And give this a little taste. As you will notice straight away that it has more a texture like a Turkish delight. It has that flowingness about it, and the flavour really does introduce itself very quickly in your mouth. And this is also one of my favourite chocolates, and something which I highly recommend to all my customers, even people like yourself. That is the selection in which I have made for you. So, are you happy with the selection in which has been presented to you today in the chocolate shop? So, we have the Lindt dark chocolate, Cherry Intense from the excellent brand. We have here the dark chocolate orange and the geranium, a personal favourite of mine. That's both of these. The milk chocolate, that wasn't something you didn't want to purchase today. Okay, very wise. Keep an eye on your weight. And the Mint Intense, also by Lindt. This is something which you took an interest in. Of course, well, I wouldn't be working here if I didn't please or know my customers. Just so happens you are a customer in which I don't wish to know or know anymore. And then we have your final selection here. And this is just the unique chocolate with caramel and sea salt. So, as you can tell, each chocolate bears its own taste, its own personality, its own character, and of course has its own sound. So, sea salt and caramel, dark chocolate, Mint Intense, also dark chocolate, orange and geranium, a great chocolate to have, and cherry intense, both similar but all very different and unique. So what I shall do for you now, I shall take these away with me and put them in a safe place so you don't get tempted. I shall go find you these chocolate bars which I selected, and hopefully you can be on your way with your new chocolate selection. How does that sound? Of course it does, because I suggested it. Now don't look at the chocolate, don't look at anything else. We have made your decision. Okay, I shall be back shortly. So, as promised, your selection of chocolate bars here. Here are the new ones, ones which you can purchase and take home. I do believe, or recommend, shall I say, that you don't devour these within seconds, that you maybe might make them last a little bit longer, so you really enjoy the taste and savor each succulent, precious moment with every bite you take. That's where you really make the most, or get the most out of your chocolate bars. So once again, we have the chocolate and love, organic of course, and it really is a fine chocolate bar. Just pop that there. No touching until I say you can. And then we have the dark chocolate orange and geranium. And of course, geranium is not a vegetable, it is a plant. That's the trick. People like you thinking they are eating something good, like one of their 5 a day. And unfortunately not, but this really is a tasty chocolate to enjoy. And of course you're similar to from the Lindt Excellence range. The Mint Intense is something which really should tingle your taste buds. It really is one of the popular ones around here, and of course stock. And finally, a personal favourite of mine, Cherry Intense. And this really does taste very unique to normal chocolate that you might taste. It has that Lindt taste, Swiss chocolate taste that we all love, but also with this cherry infused in it, it really should set your taste buds on fire. with the love of chocolate. So here are your 4 chocolate bars. Now, hopefully you make these last. If you wish, then you can come in the shop again, but maybe not looking like that and looking so hungry. I think that was the main giveaway, the main tell when I saw you walk in, was that your eyes seem to have doubled in size, and I'm pretty sure I saw you dribbling, just leching over the side of chocolate. My chocolate does get somewhat offended by this and wouldn't want to be purchased, so next time bear that in consideration. But until then, I hope that you enjoy your chocolate. There you go. And we are done